it's just something that we haven't, it's not something that we've had our hands on. It's not something that we've experienced.
Something they hadn't experienced until now. One of their officers called 911 after seeing 50 of them come off the ocean.
Advised after we made contact with that officer that there were 50 that came off the ocean.
50?
50. That was my reaction also. There were 50 that were coming off the ocean.
And this is a sworn officer?
Sworn officer, yes. We contacted the state police, we contacted the FBI, we contacted the Coast Guard, at which point the Coast Guard went out with their boat and they reported seeing 13 following their boat, and then the Coast Guard also advised that they went over them about 300 feet and had a wingspan of about 8 feet.
You see one right here.
Did I see the same thing that officer saw? I'm still not sure. What I can show you is this video. What I can tell you is I've never seen anything like it before. And more than a month since these reports started, the federal government doesn't know what they are either. What's your message to the White House?
My message: come to the Jersey Shore. I know it's wintertime, but come see what we see, and then, maybe have a better appreciation for why our residents are concerned.
The Ocean County Sheriff, that drone unit, they have an industrial grade drone. They put it up. They were tracking one of these drones, Elizabeth, and they said this thing easily evaded them, disappeared out of thin air. To me, if this is not our military, then it's even more scary, and we need answers, frankly.
All right, Rich McHugh, thanks so much for watching. Go to join.
hello guys. I bring you some of the footage I happened to record during 4 nights at the southwestern tip of Europe in Portugal, Cabo de São Vicente, also called in English Saint Vincent Cape. Most people know it by that name, and it's the most southwestern tip. So I was there really searching for Sasquatch, and I can tell you the story on another video later on. But now I just want to share some of the footage that I recorded on that day. I just want to share to you guys how the period that I observed the phenomena, so between 8 p.m. and 9 p.m. GMT time zone, if you add the 5 hours to the East Coast time zone, it just happens to be the start of the evening, after sunset. So when all the objects and all the drones that people are calling on the news start to appear all over New Jersey and all that area. So on those days I could really film and observe with my eyesight, because when the objects got pulsating with light, they started to rise from the sea. In the beginning I just thought it were very close to the shore because I was seeing them in the other side of the clouds. So the line of eyesight of my observation during those 4 days was always the same, always New Jersey. There are people reporting in the United States seeing also them coming from the sea. So in the beginning I only thought that they were coming from the sea, but near to the Portuguese coast. Now it's completely different. Maybe the footage that I'm capturing is footage from those objects, those same drones going up into the atmosphere above the US skyline and the US atmosphere. So we can hear some of the what people are saying on the people don't believe what those officials and those hearings, they are just covering all of the UAP cover-up. It's a big cover-up. They are covering it all. They are lying, blatantly lying to the world, not only to the American people, to the world. They know what these objects are. They can't do anything about it. That's why they can't take one down.
There's mounting frustration over the government's lack of answers on the mysterious drones flying over the East Coast right now. Lawmakers spent this week combing through what little is really known about them right now. The Pentagon saying they're not ours. FBI and Homeland Security say they don't appear foreign or from an enemy. And there's been no threat to the public. Joining me now is News Nation special correspondent Ross Coulthard. Ross, good morning to you. It's like no matter what way you slice it, we got a problem, right? If it's Russia or Iran behind it, there's a problem. If we simply don't know who it is, that's a problem.
Well, good morning, firstly, and can I say, let's hope it's aliens, because if it's Russia or China, we have a very serious problem. And this is the issue. The government has now admitted that we are of the view that it's not a foreign adversary government, a foreign adversary of any kind, and moreover, it's not US technology, US government technology or US military technology, which doesn't leave very much. All it leaves is the possibility of some dissident rogue group in government or maybe some private contractor that's doing the wrong thing. It really does put us in an extraordinary position, because what's happening at the moment, Marky, is I'm being besieged with angry people from places not just New Jersey but all over the United States who are telling me that they're really angry that the White House has suggested that this is a misidentification. Unfortunately, yesterday, Admiral John Kirby, the national security spokesman, pushed the line that people in New Jersey particularly are misidentifying manned aircraft all the time for these drones and suggesting that there's something anomalous about them. And people in New Jersey are very angry because they've seen these things for themselves. They know they're not normal drones. They're seeing them do increasingly weird things. They want answers and they don't like being gaslit by the White House.
Yeah, and there were just sightings in California, right? Temecula. So this is now no longer just a New Jersey East Coast problem, Ross.
It never has been, and again, there's been some very clever spin on this, but this has been an event that's been happening all over the world, Marky. It started a few weeks ago in England, over 2 major RAF bases, Royal Air Force bases in England, but I'm getting reports from here in Australia, where I am, China, Russia, parts of Europe. There are sightings happening all over the world of extraordinary so-called drones or objects that appear to look like drones, and incredibly the government here cannot give us any answers. They seem unable to provide a simple explanation for what these objects are.
And do you believe them?
People are now starting to get concerned.
Do you believe them when they say we don't know? It's like, how can you tell us that we're safe? It's not a foreign adversary behind the controls of these things when you're also at the exact same moment unable to give us any more to chew on or work with.
Exactly. How can they possibly make any kind of assertion that it's safe, that there's no national security threat, there's no public safety threat, and that it's not a foreign adversary? They must know something more, and I think a lot of people are getting angry that the government's not being fully transparent